Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode. This is episode number 12, and we start today's episode off with a game against Celta Vigo here at the Estadio de Vallecas, coming on the back of our last game in the last episode, which was a goalless draw against Valencia away at the Mestalla. Right now we are on a 4-game unbeaten streak, playing pretty well and climbing the table as well. We want to keep the momentum going too with another big result here, and I'd love a win as well. But the first chance actually fell to the away side. Kepa making a really good save at his near post though and keeping it a 0-0. But in the 37th minute, another good chance to the away side here, down the right hand side as Was goes down this right flank, crosses the boys to the centre, looks for Yago Aspas who goes for goal, but his header goes over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So it was goalless in the first half, still 0-0. We'd done basically nothing though. We weren't looking good at all, and on a 4-game unbeaten streak right now, and also having 4 games in a row where we hadn't conceded a goal either, we weren't looking our usual selves. And just 2 minutes after the restart, Yago Aspas had another great chance for the away side. He was played through one-on-one but couldn't keep his shot down and blazed it way off target. So what a chance there for Celta Vigo to take the lead. A really poor finish by the number 9 though, and it was still 0-0 as we were let off the hook. So still goalless, but from the goal kick we pass out from the back here, and as Bangura gets sent down the left hand side, he has to run on Hugo Mayo, crosses the ball into the centre with the drill cross and picks out our top scorer Ayoza Perez, who finishes the ball into the back of the net and makes it Rayo Vallecano 1, Celta Vigo 0. So a great show of pace by Bangura, his best skill really. A nice drill cross into the centre, and Perez gets goal number 10 for the season and reaches double figures in his debut year with Rayo Vallecano. So what a year Ayoza Perez is having already, only halfway through the season, and in the 69th minute he gets his second goal of the game as well, his 11th of the season, with a really cool finish after the ball rolled to cut inside as well. So I've got to say right now, Ayoza Perez is just looking like an absolute bargain for £4 million, and I've said it a few times and I'll say it again. When we signed him this year, we knew all about him from our Racing Santander save last year, but of course some players don't always work out when I buy them back in later FIFAs, but Perez does not have that problem at all. He is still so good, and what a finish that was as well. The Celta Vigo defender who tried to block it sort of just fell over in awe of how accurate the finish was. It went right into the top corner, no chance for the goalkeeper, and with 20 minutes to go, our number 17 got goal number 11 for the season, the second of the game, and ensured we'd surely get all 3 points as well. He almost got his first hat-trick of the season as well in style with 6 minutes to go. What a goal this would have been. A couple of little simple skill moves there to bamboozle the defender, but sadly I dragged the shot wide the post with him and he couldn't hit the target. But it was how the game would finish though. Final score, Rayo Vallecano 2, Celta Vigo 0. Another game where we do pick up the 3 points. We extend the unbeaten streak as well. And I must say, I feel as though Celta Vigo will feel harshly done by to not get any points from this game. They had a few really good chances, none better than this one, and had they taken it, the complexion of the game would have been completely different. Yago Aspas, 2 minutes after the restart, getting played through one-on-one, but he couldn't even hit the target. It went high and wide, and it wasn't at all handsome. Very poor finish, and we do indeed get a 2-0 win. But again, had they scored that chance there, I'm sure the game would have been completely different and had a different end to it. Well, obviously, because he would have scored a goal, you stupid idiot. But either way, we probably wouldn't have got all 3 points, and that is for sure. But still, following that, as you can see, Porto rejected that bid for Adrian Silva we put in the last episode, and also Miku did indeed get sold to Deportivo as well. We also saw too that FC Sion had accepted our deal, our bid I should say, for Musa Konate, their striker, of £3.1 million plus Javi Guerra, and it looks as though he's going to come to Rayo, and I'm pretty pleased with that as well, because obviously Konate is valued at £3.1 million. That's the bid we put in, plus Javi Guerra. When you consider, how much that's worth, that's around £4.7 million. It does feel like an overspend, as we reject a bid here for Jose Baena. He's going nowhere, but Konate is several years younger. He's the same overall, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot more potential. So I discussed this briefly in the last episode. When you've got players that you don't think you'll be able to sell, don't worry about, just keeping them here and having to live with them in your side even though you don't want them, you can swap them out, and I'm sure you'll find a club that will be willing to take them off your hands, and you'll probably have to give some money as well for the player you want, but you can just swap them out of the club, get them off your wage bill. It's just the best way of getting rid of a player who no transfer offers come in for. But anyway, Konate comes in for £3.1 million plus Javi Guerra, and again, he's got the same overall, but his stats look really, really nice. He's very, very quick, decent stamina as well, a 4-star weak foot too. I think he's going to be a really good understudy for Ayoza Perez, our top scorer this season. But still, following that, I put in a new bid here for a new centre-back, Jordi Amat of Swansea, 75 overall, 23 years old, Spanish defender, looks pretty decent. Of course, in my Swansea save, in my FM save, he got sold last season, I think it was, but he's a very, very competent centre-back, no doubt about that. Starting off at 75 overall, he'll be good enough to go straight into our first team and will be our best centre-back in terms of the overall. Swansea accepted a straight valuation bid of £3.5 million. We give him a 5-year deal on 30 grand a week, and as you can see, Real Sociedad came in as well just as he accepted the contract, putting a bid of £4.6 million. But I was like, guys, you're too late, he's coming to Madrid. So Jordi Amat is going to come and join us for £3.5 million. So 2 new signings really quickly in the space of just a couple of days, and I must say I'm really excited for both of these players as well, and for Jordi Amat too, to get him for valuation, a really good deal. But one quick tip for you as well is that when you see the chief executive comments, whenever they say this deal looks like it could happen, go ahead and submit your offer, always put in a valuation bid, because there's a very, very good chance that club would accept a valuation bid. Okay, it's just a really simple tip, but a lot of people don't pay attention to the chief executive comments because a lot of the time they're just complete rubbish. But whenever they say this deal looks like it could happen, always put in a valuation bid. Sometimes they'll reject it, but a lot of the time they would accept it, as they clearly don't have too much use for the player they will be selling and you are targeted. So Jordi Amat comes in, Konate comes in, and they will both make their debuts alongside Hermoso in this game against Levante for our second and final game of today's episode. So 3 new signings all making their debuts in this second game of today's episode. But what a horrible start it would be for Jordi Amat making his debut, because just 3 minutes in, Levante would take the lead in this game in the 7th minute. And even though it didn't go down as an own goal from Jordi Amat, the truth of the matter is this ball would not have crossed the line had his deflection not diverted the ball into the back of the net. Just take a look at this. The strike comes in, it's hit with some power, but Yol starting in goal ahead of Kepa. I decided to field a completely weakened side for this game as it was being played in midweek and this side at the bottom of the table. Yol looks as though he's about to catch it, and then Jordi Amat tries to block it, but instead diverts it past his own goalkeeper, and it goes into the back of the net. How about that for a horrible start for your new club? 3 minutes into your debut, and you are the reason why you've conceded. It was, of course, very misfortunate, completely unintentional as well. It was just trying his best to block the shot, and of course it was the AI reaction really for his positioning, and the ball was coming towards him, so he just tried to naturally get in the way of it. He did, but sadly didn't get enough contact on it, and it went into the back of the net. So a horrible start for us. Levante would take the lead. Jordi Amat with not an own goal, but the reason why we did concede there. We tried to hit back though in the 6th minute, almost did as well. A nice little passing move between Aitura, Konate making his debut, and also Bebe as well. Saw the Portuguese man on loan from Benfica get played through one-on-one, but what a save by the goalkeeper as he kept it at 1-0 to the home side. So Levante right now bottom of the table, and with us on our undefeated streak as well. I was fancying our chances coming into this game. That's why I didn't mind fielding a completely weakened side, but they were looking the better team in the first 20 minutes. But in the 25th minute, a great chance for us to get back on level terms here as they failed to deal with a cross. Aitura finds Konate, but once again, Ruba makes a really good save. He made a great one a few minutes ago to deny Bebe, and that was another brilliant one there to deny our new number 9 from getting his first goal for the club. So it was still 1-0 to Levante. Another great chance though in the 38th minute. Once again, we played through here with Montiel, finding Konate down the left-hand side. He takes it round 1 and continues to wait for the run for Montiel. He picks him out after he got some space, and Montiel gets his first goal of the season and equalises for us just 6 minutes before the break. This guy possibly a player to look out for in the future. He's just 17 years old. We've grown him to a 70 overall with some training. He looks like a really decent score player to have, if nothing else. We will be giving him some first team football, especially in these sort of games, and he gets his first of the season. Konate with a debut assist as well. What a lovely through ball, and what a great finish by Montiel, who did the rest. So 1-1, we're back on level terms 5 minutes before the break, and I felt full value for that as well. And in the second half here, just 7 minutes after the restart, we had a great chance to take the lead for the first time time in the game. As Konate finds Hermoso here down the left-hand side, we surrender possession cheaply, but as Navarro gets onto it, Levante play themselves into trouble here with Lopez getting caught out in possession. Konate robs it off him, sprints down his left flank, crosses the ball to the centre. It's a brilliant ball in. He picks out Mbarbo, who goes for goal, but Ruben makes an incredible save once again for the third time in the match and turns the volley over the bar with a brilliant right-handed stop there from close range. For another fine save by Ruben, keeping Levante on level terms. And the final chance for us felt in stoppage time as well. Once again, Levante give the ball away and Konate goes for goal from range, tries his luck, but the ball cannons off the crossbar and Levante escape to the full-time whistle. So final score, Levante 1, Rayo Vallecano 1. And I must admit, despite fielding a completely weakened side, we are pleased that the undefeated streak does get extended. That's another game where we failed to lose, and it's really good to know that right now we're on a 5-game streak, our longest of the series so far. But with all the chances we had in that game, I must say I'm very disappointed we did surrender 2 points. We should have got all 3, and I guess we were quite unlucky, but just weren't clinical enough really. But Ruben had an absolute storm in the Levante goal, 3 fantastic saves, and my favourite of all 3, if I can call it a favourite as it was denying me, was this one right here. What a fantastic stop. Surprised that shot with so much shot power didn't break his wrist, but either way, a fantastic save. He kept the score at 1-1, and Levante did leave with a priceless point that could help them in their fight against relegation. But that would end today's episode though in the Rayo Vallecano career mode though, guys. So big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please leave a like. Likes of course much appreciated, and it really helps the channel grow as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you for the next episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode very soon.